Hello and good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to the presentation today, brought to you by Veteran Success Center and the Wounded Warrior Project. Today, we have a special presentation by Wendy Rubio, who will be our presenter. She is an alumni outreach specialist with the Wounded Warrior Project, and she's here to present to you guys and inform you about the wonderful things that she has to offer, not only by the Wounded Warrior Project, as well as herself, who could give you insight along those lines, okay? And without further ado, Wendy, if you want to introduce yourself and speak about what you do along those lines, go ahead.
So, absolutely. Thank you so much, Christopher. So yes, I am an alumni outreach specialist with the Warrior Project. I am part of the Los Angeles team. My focus is Inland Empire and the OC. So you will definitely be seeing a lot more of me in the area as when the Warrior Project focuses more in connecting warriors with other warriors here locally. So as a part of the alumni team, my focus is connecting warriors with other warriors, as well as local organizations. I am a Army veteran, and that is actually how I connected with Wounded Warrior Project. I myself was navigating through transitioning into the civilian world and just needed additional help. And Wounded Warrior Project was one of those organizations that was there to support me and my family through that transition. And after that, I was sold. So I definitely am very passionate about this organization and the different programs and services that we offer to our warriors and to their families. And I would love to share that and answer any questions that I can for all of you today. So I'm going to begin by talking about who Wounded Warrior Project is at the core. So our mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors by fostering the most successful, well-adjusted generation of wounded service members in our nation's history. So that's a very large task, but it's a goal that we strive to achieve every single day through incorporation of various programs and services that we offer free of charge. We do offer unique and direct programs and services that meet the needs of our injured service members. Now, with that, I would like to talk about who we serve. Wounded Warrior Project serves veterans and service members who sustained physical or mental injuries, illness, or wounds while serving in the military on September 11, 2001 and after. So our focus is veterans from September 1st, 2001 and after. We do have services available to veterans from previous eras, but because we do have our goal, such an in-depth goal of serving and creating and fostering, a generation of service members who are well-adjusted. We were not able to, or at least we considered, focusing on an era in order to ensure that we could achieve that goal better. We do, like I said, have services available for other era service members through our resource center. And as you can see, here is the phone number for our resource center, which is 888 WWP alumni or 997-2586. I will also be posting that on the chat. Now, the service members that we assist don't necessarily have to have 100% medical rating. They don't have to have a medical rating at all. We can assist through the VA process with submitting claims, submitting adjustments, revising claims, and also if there is any VA related problems, or if you have any other notifications from the VA, we are able to assist with that. So veterans with a 0 to 100 rating qualify to join Wounded Warrior Project as an alumni. So the first team that I'm going to talk about is the connections piece. Our connections team is comprised of the alumni team, which is the team that I belong to. Our goal is to connect, like I mentioned, warriors with other local warriors through unique opportunities, be it events and outreach opportunities. Some of the local events that we've done here in Redlands and San Bernardino and Riverside have been hikes, as well as movie nights, escape rooms, adaptive ski lessons. Our goal is to ensure that our warriors are active locally. They're also sharing in that camaraderie that they shared while they were in service, and also ensuring that they're connecting with other organizations also there that offer services to them. We also have our resource center, who is available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to answer any questions that warriors may have. Also, they're able to assist in connecting warriors with internal programs that Wounded Warrior Project has to offer, as well as external ones. And then we have our peer support groups and community partnerships as well. That are there to enhance the lives of our warriors. And you may hear me continue to say warriors. That is what we call our veterans that are registered with Wounded Warrior Project. We call them warriors, and then their families, support members, as well as their battle buddies. We call them family support members. Now, our next team is our mental health and wellness team. So through this team, we have very unique opportunities and programs available completely free of charge. We have our Warrior Care Network, which is a multi-day in-depth program available to offer assistance with PTSD, TBIs, and that is through a partnership that we have with 4 nationally recognized academic medical centers. Those are the Emory Healthcare in Massachusetts General Hospital, Rush University Medical Center, as well as a UCLA Health. Oh, my apologies, I heard something. So yes, so we have this really in-depth partnership with these 4 nationally recognized academic medical centers, and they offer an amazing program to assist our warriors that are dealing with PTSD and TBIs. And again, all these services and programs are completely free of charge to our warriors. We also have our Project Odysseys. Our Project Odysseys are multi-day adventure-based events. These Project Odysseys, they focus on really pushing our warriors through those barriers and teaching them techniques to deal with stress, PTSD, and TBIs as they encounter situations in their day-to-day lives. A lot of the events that you will encounter in these Project Odysseys are like rope obstacle courses, also hiking, rock climbing, and throughout the entire process, you're pushed to your limits, but at the same time, you're given skills and you're there amongst other warriors that are being pushed as well. So you really come out with a learning experience that lasts you a lifetime. These Project Odysseys are focused on individuals, so you can attend a all-male, all-women Project Odyssey, and you can also attend as a couple. And then finally, we have our Wounded Warrior Project Talk program. That is one of our newest programs. That is a weekly call by the same teammate. And these calls are really whatever you want them to be. They're there as an outlet, as an empathetic ear to you. And again, this is a completely free program. You're able to either come up with goal setting. They're able to assist you with that, or they're able to just listen, whatever you really need. Next, we have our physical health and wellness team. Through this team, we offer one-on-one coaching. We also offer the opportunity to speak to not only coaches, but also dietitians to create special diets that account for your needs. If you are accepted into this program, you do go through a multi-day health expo where you're taught, how to create exercise regimens that suit you with your injuries or whatever your special needs may be. And then you also continue that interaction with a coach that will ensure that you are progressing in the way that you would like. The objective of this is to ensure that our warriors continue to be mobile and continue to be active in their community. We offer face-to-face events that that promote this. We also offer virtual events as well, through virtual yoga, and also meditation classes. And then finally, through this program, through this team, we have our Soldier Ride, which is a multi-day cycling event, paid fully by Wounded Warrior Project. All cycling gear that is necessary is provided by Wounded Warrior Project. If you must travel, lodging, food, and travel is also covered by Wounded Warrior Project. Soldier Ride is more than just cycling. It is camaraderie. You will ride between 15 to 20 miles a day. You're definitely pushed to your limits, but again, the whole objective is to create strong, lasting bonds with the warriors that are on the ride with you, and also to ensure that you see that you can push yourself to your limits and then still succeed and come out the other way. So this is an excellent program too that everybody who attends, has great things to say about. They usually create long-lasting friendships through this event as well. So that's definitely, one of the more popular programs that we have here in the Warrior Project. We also have a financial wellness team. Through our financial wellness team, we have our benefits team that can assist you with submitting new claims, with reviewing VA claims, also submitting claims through the state. Any benefit questions that you may have, they're able to answer that and guide you through the process. They're also able to assist you with spousal benefits. In general, any benefit questions that you may have, they're able to assist you. They're accredited. And we don't charge. We don't get bonuses. It's really, the focus is to ensure that any claim that is submitted to the VA or to the state, that it will be a successful one. So again, this is a free service that I would like for warriors to really look at and, take advantage of, because it is there for you to assist you. Also, we have our financial education program. Through our financial education programs, we do go over budgeting, we go over purchasing homes, covering loans. So it's really great benefit that we offer our warriors as well, and again, for free. And then finally, we have our Warriors to Work. Our Warriors to Work program works closely with our warriors to translate their military service to real world and to civilian world employment. They're able to assist you with resume writing, with interview skills. They're also able to assist you with certifications that you may require in advancing in the field that you're in, or if you require additional certifications for a new employment, they're also able to assist you with that as well. So there's a variety of different programs that they have under the Warriors to Work. They also have networking opportunities, connections they have with local organizations. Some are with local NFL teams. That's through the LA team. We have Bill, who is he has amazing connections with the sports world. But again, the Warriors to Work team is focused on assisting you through your career advancement. And they're also able to assist you with just general questions as well as that you may have when it comes to translating your military occupational skills to the civilian world. And then finally, we have our independence program. Our independence program provides long-lasting support to warriors that experience catastrophic wounds, and also to their support members as well. And then that concludes my brief on the various programs. One thing that I would like to highlight is that all our services and programs are not just available to the service member, they're also available to family support members, like I mentioned earlier. So that is one thing that's very unique with Wounded Warrior Project, is that, we also understand the value that it is incorporating the family and how important it is to ensure that family members, friends, caregivers, battle buddies that support you are also taken care of. So they're also able to participate and take advantage of the services and programs that we have available for free. And if you have any questions, I'll open it up for Q&A.
So there was a question earlier in regards to what's called your region and what you guys cover. We have a CSUSB campus at Palm Desert. Is that within your region as well for what's called recruiting people into these kind of programs along those lines?
Yes. So we cover all of California.
Oh,
The LA team, yes. So we cover actually the entire United States, to include Puerto Rico and Hawaii. But we, as the LA team, do cover Palm Springs, Palm Desert, the High Desert. We go as far south as San Diego. There is also a team down there as well. But yes, we also have events as alumni team in these regions as well. And I highlight that because it's great opportunity, for our warriors to come out and interact with also local warriors in their area, and then just really get to talk to us one-on-one, excuse me, and find out what's new with our organization.
mhm. And then in regards to individuals who might feel a little bit, hesitant to speak to you guys along those lines, how do you usually try to assist them with trying to get that assistance given to them for that opportunity?
So for warriors who are hesitant to talk to us, one of the things that we've encountered, especially here in the Inland Empire, when the Warrior Project has not been as present as other organizations, even though, we do have a big presence in LA and San Diego. These events are really a way, again, for us, especially as an organization, to connect with local veterans in their communities. This is also why I wanted to share with the people who are here, that we do have an event coming up next week. It's going to be the Super Bowl experience. This is an event that's open to veterans and families, so you are able to bring guests. And yes, this is really how we break the ice. We give these opportunities, we offer these opportunities for our warriors to attend and really get to see and experience what the Warrior Project is about. Once they come and interact, it's not always that it breaks the ice immediately, but it definitely does help them to realize that, we are more focused on creating that bond and creating that community. We're not here to just force you to register for the sake of it. Like, we do have programs and services that are available to you. We're never going to push you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. We just offer you the resources, and we're there to walk with you if you need us to. But definitely encouraging, if anybody is wanting to learn more, encouraging them to come to our events, or reach out to us if they don't want to register, but they would like to attend and get to meet us one-on-one and get to meet other warriors in their area and to see if this is really something they would like to do.
Okay. And then in regards to how they can contact you, do you have any contact information you could put into the chat or read out loud beforehand? So
Absolutely.
that way they sort of have a point of contact so they can reach out to if they do have a interest in this, or if they just want to get the break the ice beforehand,
Absolutely. So I will be putting in my email on the chat.
Okay.
For anyone who may have any additional questions, may be interested but not sure if this is something they would like to do. Again, there is no commitment in finding out more about our organization and the services that we have to offer. We just do have a lot of things available to our warriors, and definitely I would love for them to be able to take advantage of that.
Okay. And then I'm not sure if it's Augustine that's raising their hand or is it a wave, but if you have a question, feel free to ask, Augustine.
Yes, Wendy, I do have a question. So the big topics that we typically get here at the Vet Center is advocacy for veterans benefits that are outside of like education. So like disability claims and stuff like that, or access to VA healthcare, VA home loans. Can you kind of describe what advocacy role the Wounded Warrior has with that, so that way our students have an understanding of when they can turn to you for advocacy, because like we'll refer them to CalVet, and CalVet, they look into their claims, stuff like that, but sometimes even they've exhausted that. So what additional services does Wounded Warrior have?
Well, thank you so much for that question. Yes, so just like CalVets and like other VSOs, when the Warrior Project does have VSOs, and we're able to walk with you alongside through the entire VA process, as well as state benefits. But one difference is that we also have connections with other partnerships. So if it's a resource that when the Warrior Project does not directly offer, we do have partnerships with local organizations that offer additional resources. So we're able to also tap that or exhaust that aspect as well. And we're not just reliant on only local, state, or government resources. When it comes to the VA loans, like I mentioned, we do have that financial aspect of the organizations that of the programs that we offer. So we also have teams that focus, on financial education, financial resources. They come with mortgages, they come with lending, they come with, debt reconciliation, so we have a lot of additional resources than just relying on state and government.
All right, thank you for the answer. If anyone else has any additional questions along those lines, or if there's something you wanted to get more information on with one of the topics that she covered throughout the presentations, you feel free to ask that. We'll give you a couple moments along those lines. And if Wendy, if you could put up the presentation again and just slowly click through the slides again, that way they could sort of see which topics they might have questions on, perhaps along those lines.
Yes, I do see that Cynthia had a question regarding the Project Odysseys. So I'm seeing here that she's asking what locations. So the locations vary. They're all across the United States. And it really it's dependent. So it depends on your schedule. Our team does a great job of vetting, and also it is a process to get into these Project Odysseys, because our mental health team does want to ensure that whoever attends is going to get the most out of it. But to answer your question, the locations are all across the United States, and everything is completely covered by the Warrior Project when you get accepted to either the Project Odysseys or our Soldier Rides.
Okay. Did that answer your question by any chance? Oh. And then let's see. Are there any additional questions at the moment, or do you guys need more time to think of questions along those lines? And I think Augustine has another question right now. So.
Yeah, I always have questions. So so I have a couple questions, but I don't want to ask them all at once. But one thing I did want to ask was, so the title Wounded Warrior, it might kind of give a sense of that there's not exclusion, but that you have to have like a disability in order to be part of the program. But just for clarification, this is open to anyone who has served in the U.S. Armed Forces after 9/11?
So our services are available to any service member and veteran who has sustained a physical or mental injury, illness, or wound. It doesn't necessarily have to be visible. It can be invisible as well. Now, and this is why we also like to clarify that the VA rating, you don't necessarily have to have a VA rating. We can definitely assist you with that process. But anyone with a 0 to 100 VA claim rating, we can assist and is eligible to register for Wounded Warrior Project. So I know that in the past, there's been a lot of misconception that, we are only an organization that serves catastrophic injuries or 100% injured, vets, and that's not true. And we're working really diligently to ensure that, our veteran community understands that we're really here to help, and you don't necessarily need to have a 100% rating.
Thank you for that answer. Did that answer your question, Augustine? All right, looks like it did. And then for the most part, we'll give a few moments for you to just click through the slide for the most part, in case anyone has any questions along each individual topic that pops up. That way it gives them time to present questions or formulate any questions that they have, okay? And then along those lines, you're free to use the chat as well to type in your question. You don't feel like speaking up front at the moment, and then I'll ask the question for you, okay? Anonymously though.
I just want to jump in and introduce myself real quick. I work with Augustine here at the Veteran Success Center. I'm currently interim for Jaime as the certifying official for Cal State San Bernardino. So all the students that are in here, I wanted to just introduce myself to, or any of the other peers and colleagues that are in here. But I'm here. If you ever need anything, feel free to connect with me. I'd be happy to support.
Thank you for your brief introduction, Jennifer. And just a reminder, in case there's students here that want to review this information at a later date or want to refer back to this video, perhaps, we are recording this. That way we could edit it and present it to you on YouTube through our YouTube channel at a later date, hopefully within the next week. That way, in case you have any people that you know of or anyone else that might be interested in these programs, they could go back, refer to the video, and then perhaps reach out to Wendy at a later date, okay? And then if there's no more questions on top of that, we'll conclude this presentation for the most part. And then if you have any additional questions afterwards, we could always reach out to Wendy and have those answered for you. But it looks like Austin has one more question perhaps, or two more questions if that.
Okay, just one more question, and this is for those in the audience who may be working with somebody who's going to separate from the military, or maybe they're part of the reserves or National Guard, and they're currently in sort of a holding or active status, but at some point will separate. What recommendations do you have for somebody who's going to be separating from the military, as far as collecting records, or what kind of documents do you recommend, so that when they do encounter any problems with like claims and stuff like that, that they can present? Any feedback?
I would highly recommend that you meet with a VSO prior to leaving the service, whether you're a reservist, a National Guard, or active duty. I would advocate a VSO, meeting with the VSO and working on your claim before leaving the service, just because it just makes your claim experience much better. Like I mentioned, we have our benefits team here with Wounded Warrior Project. As a registered alumni, you're able to meet with them and plan prior to leaving service, even if you're awaiting a medical board. That would be my recommendation, just because they would be able to assist you, let you know, what claims, or ask what claims you would like to submit, and then for what, and then also ensure that you have all your medical, all your profiles, your medical documentation, squared away. And that's a lot easier when you're still in the service.
All right, thank you for that, that last bit of information for us. But I believe this will conclude the presentation for us today. I want to thank everyone else in the audience for coming by and listening to the presentation presented by Wendy. In addition, I want to give a special thanks to Wendy for reaching out to us to set up this presentation That way we could let a lot of our community members know, in addition to our students know, about the wonderful information and what to call programs that you guys offer at the Wounded Warrior Project, okay? But aside from that, thank you everyone for coming in today. Along those lines, I will now be ending the recording.